Karepasi machinja mushokerani. Karepasi machinja mushande mesi. Karepasi machinja mushande mesi. Vitoringo zizamba magendana. Vitoringo zizamba magendana. Vitoringo zizamba magendana. Vitoringo zizamba magendana. Mama vedu, shepherd jani, vanakomana vedu, tonera indira, wakabotirwa, rabotirwa, Yona Dent, Ivana Tyson, Atipoti Kipio, Adichemi, Asinona na Nipiro Yeni, Magaba Kure Magamba, Rambaya Muchirwa. Choka shure Bawakamba, Choka shure Wonendima ya Wapsanga, Choka shure Bawakamba, Choka shure Wonendima ya Wapsanga. Salamberi, one pasara padogo. Salamberi, one pasara padogo. Vitoringo, Zizia Pakata. Vitoringo, Zizia Pakata. Vitoringo, Saroma Chuma. Vitoringo, Saroma Chuma. Mana mai vetu, makamba kuno watu zakadaro vedule. Akai atigo chiroso, mama najirachi piro, makamba kipuro sepela. Red matonga kaka okera, atikuda kama kusabora. Uwe mara zinyo wote de umambo. Kurara kutangona wote nakasiya mtumashure vedule. Imukai mutole ule. Uya wamshina fuyo. Baka uya ndoku saura bashoma. Baka uya kupembi. Baka uya ndoku rasisa chikamu. Baka uya wamshina fuyo. Baka uya ndoku saura bashoma. Baka uya kupembi. Baka uya ndoku rasisa chikamu. Carapaz, ufunge parede semana. Carapaz, ufunge parede semana. Carapaz, ufunge parede andare. Carapaz, ufunge pagarara mai. Final destination. Very well. What about you buy one of us books and passport? What will let them arrive? So, you can get what you buy on the barrel. Not on the way at day. You move out already. We are teaching on the family. I'm not going to complete a Carapaz, ufunge chakapira tonde. Carapaz, ufunge chakapira soja. Carapaz, ufunge chakapira pleta. Carapaz, ufunge chakapira juda. Vitoringo, Zambatangana. Vitoringo, Zambatangana. Vitoringo, Zambatangana. Manamkola James Mushandu, Honorable Tabagam Secure, Mama Grace Quinji, Washington never Shinji, but that's the only guy I would have been no Robert Mugabe.
Thank you, thank you. I can see about 8 people already watching this special program. Now, today we'll be looking at totally a different political development in our country. Very specific to ZANU PF's announcement that they will be rolling out throughout the country ZANU PF membership cards, which also doubles as debit cards. So I've got here an MDC membership card, as you can see. So the ZANU PF membership card will be similar to this one, except that they will be able to draw money from POSB outlets throughout the country. The question is, does the possession of a debit card automatically qualifies you to get money from the bank? If not, where is ZANU PF going to get the money from? Another question that we need also to critically analyze is that, is it really legal for a political party to connive with a national bank or the magnitude of POSB to issue money to its members on a partisan basis? Is that legal? Another third question would be, where do you think is the plausible source for ZANU PF funds? Where are they going to get the money from to be able to dish out to millions of Zimbabweans? Mind you, we know that ZANU PF doesn't have even up to 1 million members. But obviously, these developments would mean that even people who are not necessarily members of ZANU PF will be lined up to get the membership cards, or debit cards, for the sake of accessing money at this time and juncture, whereby it is difficult to get money from Zimbabwe banks, wherever you are, whether you've got the money or not. And also that it is difficult to get a job, let alone a job. So yes, the Commissar, Kasukuwere, has confirmed that they will be rolling out debit cards to ZANU PF members. And these cards, similar to this one, will be able to allow the membership to draw money from POSB. Once allow your contributions, number kupai kamwe kambo kanatiko magamba.
My Susan Changai, Gamare do Guru, Adibaranga, Adibaranga, Gamare do Ragatisia. My Susan Changai, Gamare do Guru, Adibaranga, Adibaranga, Gamare do Ragatisia. Chune jowe ikambare kuruka atimuranga dire iyo atimuranga dire iyo ikambare kuruka chune jowe ikambare kuruka atimuranga.
Thank you very much. I can see you've already started posting your contributions. My Trevor, mbavhadziye dzatanga kubira vanhu mari. Tirikona Isaac Zia. Thank you very much, Isaac Zia. Be wise on ensuring that your followers get these new biometric IDs. That's where the rigging trick will be coming from. Thank you very much, Isaac Zia. Tirikona pana also. My Trevor post another contribution. Tiratidzewo edu ma cards. Yes, tipeyo ma cards. Tiratidze ma cards yenyu. I'm not sure whether my Trevor ma cards card ramurinaro is a debit card. Imbotiratidza itone. Regai ndikuratidze irangu. Regai ndibona kuti maybe ndinokwanisa kutora mari pakadhi. Hanzi reZANU PF unokuenda naro paPOSB ototora mari. Icho kwadere icho chivakomana. Regai tendere mberi. Keep on posting your suggestions. Tombonzwa ka umbo magamba. Thank you very much for your comments. Tichimbotswa music, Tiki discuss. I can see that you have already started answering my first question. That is, where do you think this money will be coming from? I can see. Let me share with our viewers your comments here. I can see Tafadzwa Mauka Zuba. Oh, yes, Tafadzwa. How are you, Tafadzwa? You think the money is coming from the 15 billion that went missing from Zimbabwe government coffers? I think that makes sense. I can see Shepherd. Shepherd, it is a credit card or debit card. Debit cards is the holder's money. Okay. Yeah. According to the information, I know the Commissar, ZANU PF Commissar, Saviour Kasukuwere was interviewed recently and confirmed that these cards will double as debit cards. Not necessarily credit cards, as debit cards. Now, which means that the ZANU PF party have to deposit some money to their members for them to be able to access those funds. So we are saying, where is the money coming from? I mean, for the previous elections, we know very well that vote buying has always been the case for ZANU PF, and that is not new. But this new development where their membership cards will have a chip and pin and also be redeemable at POSB bank outlets. This is a new development, a first in Zimbabwe, a first in Africa, and possibly a first in the entire world. So we are saying, where is this money going to come from? Because mind you, these people that they are talking about, these are people in the rural areas, most of them, the unemployed youth, issuing them with the debit cards without money, yet they're able to withdraw money from POSB. I can see there's also another posting or contribution from Gomorashe. Gomorashe, how are you, Gomorashe, my brother? My major worry is the printing of the 300 million and the resultant effects back to 2008. Again, yes, initially I also showed you the trillions, right? So this is 100 billion. And I know we went as far as BRC checks, 100 trillion in 2008, 2009, because of the hyperinflation. Inflation reached 500 million%. We know that the government has announced that they will be printing about 600 million worth of bond notes. Would it be that part of the 600 million will be going to ZANU PF coffers to fund this debit new membership cards? Please continue contributing. Tombokupai kamwe kambo. Tichi tanara zeru tichi. Yes. Just to reflect, I know there were some questions to say whether it is illegal for ZANU PF to embark on such an initiative, vote buying. Of course, it is illegal within our constitution. It actually violates our section 67 of the new constitution. It also violates the SADC election principles, especially Section 410. It also violates the Africa Charter for Election Democracy, especially Article 2 and Article 3. So before even the announcement of the election date for 2018, ZANU PF has already started rigging, and this is another form of rigging, vote buying. Regarding the music, keep on posting your suggestions as we discuss. Thank you very much. Tombokupai music. Yes, thank you very much. I can see Tafatwa again, 1 billion university. Yes, we are bracing for Robert Mugabe University. The government, we understand, they've already approved $1 billion for the construction of Robert Mugabe University. That's another plundering, looting of the coffers, national coffers, at a time when the country and the government is bankrupt. Does it make sense? With the number of universities that we have in Zimbabwe, can the country afford another 1 billion university in the name of Robert Mugabe? Again, is that not again a political and also a rigging mechanism that is started? Because what we will see is that ZANU PF will start parceling tenders to ZANU PF leadership. Some will be able to get money through the coffers of the government for construction of that university and supplying, tender supplying for the university. Where do we stand as opposition? And any suggestions, please? I can see that Saviour, they should be concerned about the large numbers attending the rallies during the week. Those people should be productive, but there's nothing for them to do in terms of employment. Now they want to issue them with debit cards. A very valid point. Wherever Robert Mugabe is addressing a youth rally, you'll find that the entire cabinet will be at that rally. In other words, not even one cabinet minister will be working in their offices. And apart from that, a lot of government officers who will be accompanying the president. Is the country working or is already in an election mode? Yes, but again, the other plausible source of these funds is possibly, if you remember that Robert Mugabe acknowledged that the government was missing 15 billion. Even after pronouncing the 15 billion, there was no a commission of inquiry to investigate how the 15 billion went missing. There were no arrests, and there were no follow-up to the missing 15 billion. It is possible that that 15 billion is in the coffers of ZANU PF. And what ZANU PF is trying to do is to use vote buying for the 2018 elections. Through dishing out this money to the youth, and sometimes, again, on a partisan basis, with the hope of buying themselves into power 2018. What do you think about the election of 2018? How can we make them free and fair? Where do we go from here as opposition party? It is a challenge. Keep your contribution coming. I can see Samuel, if you think ZANU PF care about Zimbabweans, you must think again. Yes, of course. I think it's in relationship to Samuel, who also was alluding to the fact that the government seems, all cabinet ministers and officers are moving around the country with Robert Mugabe on patronage, and nobody seems to be working. Regai Chandremberi ne music. I await for your contribution and keep them coming. Thank you very much.
And I think the people's power, in the rock with the van, run is Simba.
Tombokupai Matemadanda.
Istaka varamba tikasungwa saka vanodiwa nevanhu vanotya kuvhundusira. Aiwa vanhu vanofanira kuda munhu zviri free, vanokuda ngavakude, vasingakudi ngavasakude, vasingatyi. Saka mai vanonzi Grace Mugabe uku kwavari kutambira kunonyudzawo, uku kwekufunga kuti nyika inogona decide wamuna Chancellor Avenue yototongwa zviri nyoresa izvozvo. We went to war. Mugabe went to war. We did not go to join him. We met as comrades and we fought for the same Zimbabwe in different capacities. There is no fighter who can claim that because of his or her contribution, he or she must own Zimbabwe.
Thank you. Murekunzwa Ntima Temadanda, Secretary General weMawar Veterans. Achitaura kuti Mawar Veterans aramba. Grace cannot sit with the Mugabe and decide the way forward for the whole country. Achiti Grace kana achifunga kuti he is going to be, or she's going to be, the president of Zimbabwe. That is a fallacy. Regatendremberi ne music. Tombokupai ihondo. I was looking at SADC region to say which country in the SADC has got maybe the best model in terms of political party funding. And it seems Mozambique stands out. Now, the model in Mozambique is that all political parties are funded during the elections, including independent members. And this is how it is structured. They've got a similar body, an election management body like ZEC, which is called CNE, National Election Commission. Now, what they do is that for the parties that are already in parliament, they'll be given 1/3 of the funding. And that 1/3 will be as proportional representation, depending on the number of seats that hold in parliament. Then another 1/3 of the funding goes to the presidential candidate, and they are distributed equally. It doesn't matter that the presidential candidate is the sitting president or is an opposition president, which is quite a very fair way of distributing funds. Then they've got another 1/3, and the other 1/3 is for any new political party which might be fighting the election for the first time, or independent candidates for that matter. The only condition for accessing the fund is that first you need to prove your support base with that within that constitution. And in most cases, this is actually by the nomination court. And once you have been endorsed at the nomination court, and you've got the baseline support, then you'll be able to access that funding. So Mozambique seems to be one of the most democratic country in terms of running their elections. Right, let's move on with music. Yes, you guys out there, vote buying has already started. So what do we do as an opposition? Do we challenge the election before the election? And then very thank you very much, our viewers. Again, this program we are discussing the new development by ZANU PF that they will be issuing some chip and PIN membership cards that also doubles as debit cards, redeemable at all POSB post office banks throughout the country. So the questions that I've been posing is whether it is legal, and also what do you think in terms of the source of the funds? Where are they going to get the money to dish out to their members? And is that not vote buy? And if so, is it legal? Again, it is very important for us to take audit of what ZANU PF is doing, both behind the scenes and in the field. As we prepare for the 2018 elections, it is important for us Zimbabweans. This is a generational chance for Zimbabweans to remove ZANU PF and to chant the way forward as a people. What do you think will happen if ZANU PF, through hook and crook, rigs the elections in 2018? What will become of the country? Bankrupt as we are already, no jobs, no money in the banks. What would become of Zimbabwe as a country? What about Zimbabweans as a people? Again, this issue is no longer an issue opposition parties versus ZANU PF. This is a national issue where all Zimbabweans have to be involved to make sure that they exercise their democratic right to choose the government of their choice. Yes, it's going to be very difficult. We know that. Already ZANU PF has started vote buying. Violence has already started. And it will escalate as we go forward towards 2018. What do we do? Again, let's continue discussing, continue posting your suggestions in terms of what should the opposition do. This program will continue behind the scenes even after offline, and I'll be able to also contribute and give you some feedback for those who request some feedback and answers. For today, this program, the live program, ends here. Again, thank you very much. And as usual, this is Ambassador Pfebve. Thank you very much and goodbye.